Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Today we're taking a look at a Jyn Ackbar deck I've put together based on the Awakening set and what we've seen so far from the Spirit of Rebellion set. So we're running Jyn Erso, we're running her at her elite cost for 20 points, so 11 health, 15 or 20, so we're running her at 20. 2 range damage, 1 discard, 2 discard, a resource on the blank, and the cost of the first yellow event you play each round is decreased by 1. We're also running Ackbar. We're running him at a single cost, so just for 10 points. Admiral Ackbar, 9 health. 1 range damage, 2 focus, 1 discard, resource, and blank. And after an opponent plays or discards the last card from their hand, they choose and deal 2 damage to one of their characters. And we're running the Starship Graveyard. So once you claim it, you can choose a support or upgrade in your discard pile and place it on top of your deck. So if they disarm you or a gun, you can put that gun, get that gun back with the Starship Graveyard. Or Salvage Yard as it's called in the spoiler, but Starship Graveyard is the card. We're running these 4 weapons. So we have 2 Holdout Blasters, 2 resources, has ambush, so it has 1 range damage, 2 range damage for a resource, plus 2 range damage, shield, restores blank, and redeploy as well. We have DL-44 Heavy Blaster, 3 resources, 3 range damage, 3 range damage for a resource, plus 2 range damage, a resource, 2 blanks, has ambush, so you get your second action. After playing it, and after you play it, you can force an opponent to choose and remove one of their dice. We're running 2 D8-17 blaster pistols, 1 resource, 1 range damage, 2 range damage for a resource, plus 2 range damage, a shield, and 2 blanks. And the big gun that was just spoiled, we are running 2 Bowcaster, 4 resources, so kind of expensive, 2 range damage, 4 range damage at the cost of a resource, plus 3 range damage, 2 disrupt, special, and has redeploy. And special is deal 1 unblockable damage to each to up to 2 different characters. So we're running 2 of these Bowcasters, which we can override. So, like, let's say turn 1 we play a Holdout Blaster, and we do some damage with that. Next round we draw our Bowcaster. We can essentially replace the Holdout Blaster and get the Bowcaster out for 2. Awesome that the Bowcaster has redeploy, so if whoever it is on gets defeated, you can move it over to another character. We have a few more upgrades to go. We have 2 Lone Operative, 3 resources, 2 melee damage, 2 discard, 1 resource, 2 specials in the blank. Uses melee damage, but we're mostly using range damage here. So this is mostly to get more mill out of Jyn. This is going to kind of like a mill aggro deck, kind of like a hybrid. Special is heal 2 damage from the attached character or 3 damage instead if it's the only character you have in play. We have a single Jetpack. 2 resources, plus 2 range, plus 3 range, 1 disrupt, 2 shields, and special in a blank. Remove a die showing melee damage and gain or give attached character 1 shield. We're running 1 Cunning. So 2 resources, yellow character only. 2 resources, 1 focus, 1 disrupt, 1 discard, 1 resource, a special, and a blank. And special is you can resolve a special on another card as if it were your own. So I can trigger this to trigger the special on Lone Operative or Bowcaster or anything like that. And then finally, 2 second chance. So this is where the Starship Graveyard comes into play. Yellow character only, 3 resources. Before the attached character will be defeated, instead heal 5 damage from that character and discard this upgrade. So you discard the upgrade. If you claim the battlefield, you can get it back. So those are all the upgrades we have. A lot of just aggro, a lot of guns. So running 4 sets of guns here, or gun and a Bowcaster if you want to get technical. I guess it's not really... It's still a blaster rifle of some kind. And we're going to move into our support. So we have 1 Infamous. Just 1 resource. Before you play a yellow card, you may exhaust this to give it the ambush keyword. That'll come into play a little bit later. So those are all our upgrades and supports. We're going to move over into our events now. So we have 2 all in, 1 resource. Resolve any number of your dice in the order that you choose. We have some mitigation coming up, so we have 2 defensive position. Play only if you control the battlefield. Remove all of an opponent's dice showing a value 2 or higher. So It's a nice way to disrupt their dice and maybe get some survivability out of it from not taking damage. We have one dug in, one resource. Give your characters 3 shields distributed as you wish. Next up, we have 2 field medic, just 1 resource. Heal 2 damage from a character. You have 2 electroshock. 1 resource. Spot a yellow character to remove a die showing a value 2 or lower. We have 1 block and 1 dodge. They're both 2 resources. Block removes melee damage. Dodge removes range damage. We have two never tell me the odds. This is where Infamous comes into play. So 3 resources. Choose one of your yellow characters. Turn any number of its character and upgrade dice to sides of your choice. So you're going to use this with Infamous. You're going to exhaust Infamous to give Never Tell Me the Odds ambush. Then put all of your yellow dice on damage and just resolve all that damage at once. Essentially, it's like an all-in for just a single character. And finally, we have 2 leadership. 1 resource, exhaust one of your unique red characters to ready another character. So obviously, we exhaust Ackbar to ready Jyn. So let's say we roll Jyn out, she does a bunch of damage. We haven't rolled Ackbar yet, we pay 1 resource. We exhaust Ackbar and ready Jyn. Later, we roll her out again and hopefully do even more damage. So again, we're running Elite Jyn, regular Ackbar, Starship Graveyard, 2 Holdouts, 2 DL44s, 2 D817s, 2 Bowcasters, 2 Lone Operative, single Jetpack, single Cunning, 2 Second Chance, Infamous, 2 All-In, 2 Defensive Position, 1 Dug In, 2 Field Medics, 2 Electroshock, 1 Block, 1 Dodge, 2 Never Tell Me the Odds, and 2 Leadership. This deck, once it gets rolling, can pump out quite a bit of damage, especially with if you use Never Tell Me the Odds to put all of Jyn's dice to damage. So you put Jyn on her 2 damage side, each of her dice to her 2 damage side. Let's say she has a Bowcaster on her as well. You could put that to either the, if you have resources, you could put it to the 4 damage side. Let's say you have one of those out on her. So now you're up to 8 damage. So you have 2 damage each from Jyn's dice. So that's 4 plus 4, and you can then even put this to like a special. And if they don't disrupt that die later, you can heal damage off of it. You can, if you have a jetpack on Jyn, you can put it to the +3 range damage. With a well-timed, Never Tell Me the Odds, Jyn Erso can essentially like one-shot almost a lot of characters. So let's see what she can do again. That's 4. Let's say you have 2 Bowcasters out on her. That's if you get lucky. So let's say you have 2 resources, so you can pay that cost. That's 4, 8, 9, 10. That's 12, 13, 14, 15 damage possible if you have both of Jyn's dice out with 2 Bowcasters, Jetpack, even more if you have the DL44s out. So you can hit pretty hard with her as well. And Ackbar's there for mostly his focus, and he does have a range damage, so you can resolve that along with her range damage. But you're mostly using him to focus into the better results on Jyn and the other dice. So this is just like a theory crafted deck. We're going to have to obviously wait and see what other cards come out with Spirit of Rebellion. But I've been playing this deck a little bit in Tabletop Simulator. It's pretty fun. There'll be a link, not a link because you can't publish a deck yet because it's not out. But there'll be a card list in the description below if you want to build the deck yourself. That's going to do it for this video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.